Hi guys, welcome back to Sippin with Maria and Tracie. I'm Tracie.
I'm Maria. Quickly, we want to give everyone a big thank you who took the time to view our first videos. We know the second one was long. We did not intend for that to happen, but
That's what happens when the wine is poured and
I know.
just keep on drinking.
No wine today, coffee today, and
Coffee.
not only because of that, why else are we only drinking coffee? Tracie?
I've been banished for just a little bit. I don't even want wine right now. I don't know if you guys noticed how big my first glass was.
It was pretty big.
It was probably the amount of 2 cups. And if you didn't notice, here's a picture. Yeah, we'll show you a picture right here. Just go ahead and look.
It's pretty big.
Look at how big that is. And I drank that through the first video, and that video was only 12 minutes.
Yeah.
And then my second glass, which was probably like my third glass, I finished by the time we were done. And that was not a good night.
That when I went home and I showed my husband the video, the first thing he said was, "Oh my God, look at Tracie's glass. It's bigger than her." And we were dying.
Yeah.
And then I texted her to see how she was doing.
She was like, "How are you?" And I was like, I've been laying on the couch for about the past hour, lifeless. I wasn't sleeping. I was just laying on the couch, and I was like, I think I'm getting a headache. And yeah, the later and later it got through the night, got a headache, ended up hugging the toilet. It was just
Good
bad.
times.
And I was
Good
like,
times.
oh my gosh, what is wrong with me? So yeah, my husband's like, no drinking on field days anymore. And I mean,
I was almost banned from the house.
almost. Like, your friends can't come over if you're going to be drinking during the week and getting drunk. I'm like, no, I didn't feel it.
In our defense, we filmed 2 videos that day, so that required 2 glasses.
Yeah.
Yours
Required.
just happened to be very big. So, coffee today.
Yes, coffee.
So today's topic is going to be pros and cons of being a stay-at-home parent. And we accentuate parent because not just moms stay home. There are plenty of stay-at-home dads now. It's 2018. And I think we follow quite a few stay-at-home dads,
Yeah, we have a few.
which is awesome.
Yeah, and they're really funny.
They are.
They have some really good posts.
Yeah.
I laugh all the time.
I show my husband, and he thinks it's hilarious.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure we're extending out to not just moms, but to dads too. Oh, we should probably mention, I don't know, we might have mentioned in the last video, we're both stay-at-home moms. Although I do work part-time at night, but I still consider myself a stay-at-home mom because I'm not at work full-time. And Tracie's in school. You're a part-time student.
Yes, I'm a part-time student, but I don't work. And I'm with my baby girl all day long.
Yeah. So we still consider ourselves stay-at-home moms, even though we have something on the side. But we've both done it where we've just stayed at home completely. No school, no work, no nothing. So getting into the pros. The pros of staying at home, you get to raise your own kids. You don't have to worry about anything else, worrying about anyone else watching your kids. You're doing the raising. And I know that's a big comfort for my husband. Knowing it's me at home, he knows his baby is safest with his mother. Sometimes.
My husband doesn't think that.
He's like, crap, I need to call, make sure my kid's still alive.
My husband, yeah. My husband wants to make sure his kids are alive still all day. He calls all day long.
That's
What's
true,
my baby doing? Yeah, all day
here.
long. She comes over during the week all the time, and he calls and FaceTimes.
I thought it was just to hear your voice. He's talking. He's making sure his children are
checking
alive.
up on me. First thing he says, "How's my baby girl? What's she doing?"
Yeah. So, of course, that is I think the biggest pro. Why we all kind of choose, if you do decide to stay home, that's the main reason, because you're the one raising your kids. No child care fees.
Yeah. Pay a lot in child care.
Yeah, you've done full time child care, so you know firsthand how pricey it could be. I'm sure it depends on the area too. We live, as we mentioned before, we live in Southern California. Everything's pricey here.
Yeah, why they're taking care of other people's kids.
Right.
I don't want to take care of other people's kids.
Right. You barely want to
You
take care of ours.
You better pay me a lot.
And a lot of times they don't get paid very much either. And so they have to really want to be in that field to take care of other people's children. Yeah. So we do appreciate you child care providers out there.
I love mine.
Oh yeah, and you have a good babysitter. So next pro would be you don't have the stress of
finding a babysitter.
Finding a good babysitter. you've had 2 good babysitters. Right?
Yeah, they've been kind of like family friend. Well, the first one was a family friend. She was an in-law, and the second was a neighbor of my sister-in-law. So she knew her for years before I sent my daughter there, and she was like an in-home daycare. So it was kind of nice to have that in-home feel, but it was, there was like 6 kids, so that was nice.
Yeah. So you got lucky. You found 2 good at-home sitters. You didn't have to worry about daycare, which I think kind of also goes in play if you're not worrying about daycare. Now you have an older son who's in school, and sometimes that's hard finding someone taking him to school, picking him up when you worked.
Oh yeah, I had to work my schedule around his school hours if he wasn't at the after school program, and he used to go to private school, so I had to pay for the after school program. So it was just, that was even more towards, I had to pay tuition on top of the childcare after school. So
the expenses definitely add up.
Yeah,
when you go to work and you have, especially if you have more than 1 kid. Another big pro is plenty of time to take care of your kids, your whole family in general, and your household. It's a lot to run a house.
Yeah,
I think a lot of
my husband meal preps. And so every Sunday we barbecue his meat, and I make his vegetables and his rice, and I'm
sorry, that sounded so wrong.
Why? What do you mean?
He barbecued his meat. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
Okay. All right. He barbecues his own meat, but so we prepare his meals on Sundays, and when I was working full time, I had to do everything on the weekend, clean the house, do the laundry, all that stuff. I didn't really have time to prep his meals. And now that I'm not working, I have so much more time to do like all that other stuff during the week. And then I can concentrate on his meals on just the week before it starts. Yeah. So that's much better. That's nicer. It's better for him.
Yeah. Even though I'm only working part-time as well, when I stayed home 100%, it was a lot easier, especially with dinner, laundry. Dinner especially because I like to cook from scratch. But even, I know.
She's extra.
I know.
I'm not extra.
But now that I've even gone back to work, even though it's not full-time, that has became difficult. And I'm running around the place like a mad woman trying to get dinner done before I leave to work. So even just those little bit of hours does make it harder. So I can only imagine working full time and trying to do all those things, keep up with laundry. Laundry's never ending. That laundry should get its own episode. I'm sure it will.
We're always sending pictures
of our loads of laundry, our mountains of laundry. So just keeping up with that, it really is a lot of work maintaining a home, making sure it's clean, especially if you have sick babies, disinfecting. The list can go on. Yeah. And if you're the spouse that works, whether that's mom or dad, appreciate your spouse at home because they're making sure everything is taken care of at home. Yeah. Let's get to cons of being a stay-at-home parent.
You get to raise your own kids.
That's also a con.
Pro and con.
No one
it's
else
on both sides of the list.
Yes. And it's true though. No one else is gonna watch your kids but you. You don't get a break, and you're sure as heck not gonna get paid for it. Yeah. But it's 7 days a week, 24 hours a day.
Moms don't get a day
no breaks.
Our stay-at-home parents don't get a day off.
They don't get a day off. You don't get sick days. No. No. And then also a lot of times, being a stay-at-home parent, your spouse may have that extra weight of bringing in, extra income. So. A lot of times that can create a financial strain in your household, having to adapt to one income. I know that happened with us. That was a difficult time trying to adapt with one income, because before we both made pretty good money when it was just 2 of us, and then once it became 3 of us with one income.
We'd never planned for me to stay at home ever, but stuff happens and you can't help it. And so my husband likes that I stay home, but at the same time it's hard. Like, we've had to adjust a lot just living off of one income. Yeah. Make a lot of sacrifices.
Oh yeah, big time. And not only that, a lot of times your spouse has to pick up extra hours, or sometimes even a second job, and they're home less. They don't get to see their babies as much, or don't get to see you as much, and that can even put a strain on marriage. So we both had a touch of that, so that's not fun. That's no bueno. Next con would be no adult stimulation. You don't get to chit chat with your coworkers on lunch, in between calls.
That's the best part about work.
Yes, that's the best part.
Socializing.
Socializing. Being independent. You don't get that at home. It's just you and your babies. Unless you know other stay-at-home moms. Me personally, I don't know that many other ones. Most of my friends still work. That's why I'm always here at your house.
Yeah, mine work and are far away. So
yeah,
she's like
that
the
too.
only
Or
one.
they're far away.
The only one I have around here.
Thank you for moving to my neighborhood. Yeah,
You're welcome.
Moved here. She moved here with me in the city I live in. So, but yeah, so a lot of times I don't like it. Get kind of. I'm over there texting my husband, and I'm like, "Why aren't you texting me back?" Oh, he's working. I just want someone to talk to. My son is learning to talk now, so, but even then, he yells at me a lot.
I'm like, my husband texts me or calls me, and I'm like, "What do you want?" and he like texts me and calls me all day. I'm like, "What? I'm busy." If he calls me before I've had my coffee, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
He's like, "What's wrong with you? Why are you in such a bad mood?"
You should know by now.
I'm like, I haven't had my coffee.
You should know. You haven't had your coffee yet. Yeah. The con would be, kind of goes into play with the first one. A lot of times the days start to seem kind of long. It's easier to start to feel sort of down or to feel kind of worn out when it's just day after day of the same thing, same routine. It's a big adjustment staying at home, and it's really a learning process on how to not feel that way.
Especially after going so many years working.
Right. I think that was probably my biggest thing of
Me
so
too.
many years working and then being at home.
It was hard for me to become that homemaker, like do all the
Homemaker
chores.
life.
Yeah, it was really hard for me to
Not
adjust.
easy.
I mean, I'm still adjusting.
Yeah. How many years later?
I've done this like a couple of times already, and I'm still adjusting.
Yeah. So, but it is, and it's good to have. This is where it plays in to have a good support group, and to have supporting friends, have supporting family, and someone to talk to, someone to vent to. That helps to not, help yourself not feel so down. I think just the fact that if you're home all the time, you kind of get cabin fever a bit, and that's not good.
Yeah.
So you got to learn how to get out there, talk about it, make friends, go on play dates. That helps. Next one is, as far as a con goes, you can easily start to feel guilty about being home. And I think we touched about this in our first video about shedding shame, when it comes to feeling guilty about choosing to stay home.
Yeah.
And not to mention getting judged. I know that's also something we mentioned, getting judged for the fact that you stay home. A lot of people have this image of you staying home, of you lounging around with your feet kicked
Eating
up,
bonbons.
eating bonbons,
Watching soap operas.
Watching soap
Like
operas.
Peg Bundy.
Or novellas, whichever. I love Peg Bundy. I love that show.
I love bonbons.
I've never had a bonbon. I'm lying. Yes, I have. But that was like decades ago. Did they even make them?
I don't think they make them anymore. They used to sell them. I worked at the movie theater. That was my first job when I was 17 years old. And we sold bonbons there. They were delicious.
That's awesome. Whether that, creating a family, raising a family, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of stress. But it's worth it, right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the right answer.
Yeah, totally. And it's okay. It's okay to feel like some days, like it's not. But
Yeah.
I mean,
call me. I'll make you feel better.
yes.
I like when my friends call me to like talk about how they are feeling guilty or ashamed. Excuse me? No. You do a lot. You are amazing.
You are beautiful.
You deserve a manicure, pedicure.
Yes.
Don't feel guilty. Watch TV and don't do shit for a few minutes.
Sometimes you need that. Sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you need to take a few by yourself. Go to Target by yourself. Target always makes me feel better. And again, I see the prices. I'm like, oh, this makes me sad.
I like just being alone. Like,
yes.
I could just
Just
go
browsing.
I can go and sit in the parking lot at Target and just
Target. You can get Starbucks.
in
You get a hot
silence.
dog. You can buy some makeup. I could just go on. We should make a video about Target, about how awesome Target is. Who doesn't love Target? please subscribe to our channel. we failed to mention that. That was probably the line. Please subscribe to our channel, like this video, share it, leave a comment, write us a message, let us know what you think. We did upgrade. We have a light and a microphone. We're still playing around a little bit. We might change our filming background, play around more with lighting, maybe get a backdrop.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can see her pasta right here. Pasta.
Spaghetti in my empty cookie jar.
Yeah. Is there cookies in there?
There was.
So we'll be uploading a video every week. Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. It's at Sippin with MNT. We've been adding little behind the scenes and bloopers. Bloopers.
I wouldn't call them bloopers, but behind the scenes.
Little behind the scenes. We keep you updated on when we're filming, when we're uploading, and all that. So give us a follow again. That's at Sippin with MNT, and we'll hopefully see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe.
Yes, everything will be linked below, so go ahead and click on those.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Bye.